Our second topic today, we're going to do another tier maker, and it's basically inspired by CBS Sports' exercise that we just discussed here. They were putting winners and losers from the transfer portal on a list, and what I'd like to do is look at teams' offseason as a whole, not just the transfer portal wins or loses, adds or departures, but the overall offseason at this point. We're now into early June. We've had 2 months since the season ended. What teams have had good off seasons? What teams have had bad off seasons? That's going to make it complicated because, like, for example, Michigan, I think, is considered a big transfer portal winner,
Mhm.
but I think their off season as a whole is more complicated than that. You lose Danny Wolf, you lose Flag Golden, who was great. You basically push out trades. Like, there's more to it. So I think this will be a more complex version, maybe a little hint at our state of the program series that we'll put out later in the off season, but should be fun. We're going to make a tier maker of off seasons, and producer JK, shout out to Jacob. I basically told him put any relevant logos in the tier maker, and he put 42 different teams in the tier makers. That's what we have to do. Any questions?
Can't wait to see what these 42 teams are.
All right, without further ado, let's get right to it. Can you see this?
Yeah, can you click on your bookmarks for a second?
No.
Okay, fine.
Okay. What
That
was
boy
that
knows.
about? You're scaring me.
No, I'm messing with you because one day you're gonna share your screen. I'm also able to find out a lot about you. You've been looking at a lot of VRBOs lately, haven't you? You trying to get out the go on a little vacation or something?
I booked the birthday, Mother's Day gifts. That's what that's about. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. Benson Boone doesn't attend himself, Cart.
That's very true. Okay, so relevant programs. Why am I looking at a Villanova logo?
All right. Where are we starting with this? Should we just go by the book for this and not be cutesy with our names? Should this just be like S tier, A, B, C,
Let's
D?
let's give it a go and see what the certainly well thought out reaction will be.
We'll see if we like it. I am gonna insist on one thing. We are gonna add an F tier.
An F.
Yeah.
Okay, just for just awful.
Yeah. So there's
Okay.
S, A, B, C, D, and F. Where do we want to start? Who had an S off season?
Okay. I mean Purdue.
Certainly Purdue, right?
Yeah, Purdue for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Purdue had a S tier off season in that same mold. I would probably put Florida too.
Basically, can we define the S tier as this? We wouldn't change a thing. Like,
Wouldn't
because
change.
I think there will be teams that go in the A
Oh,
tier that's like really
gotcha.
good, where it's like maybe one or two things we wish went differently, but they had a great offseason. S tier is like, this went perfect.
Okay, Houston.
Yep, they got Uzan back.
I would.
That's fair.
Can BYU go in this, or does the Banson not really factor in?
We could put BYU there unless we want to argue that BYU needed another piece and they
I
went all
think
role players late.
I think they're fine.
Okay. By the way, back to Purdue. Does Heidi or Colvin leaving move them off of S tier? It doesn't for me. I think they wanted those
Yeah,
departures.
it does. It doesn't for me either.
Okay. All right. So we got Purdue, Houston, and BYU as like absolute perfect, wouldn't change a thing off seasons.
I would not change anything about UConn's offseason.
They got Terrace back. They got Mahaney out and got the guard upgrades they wanted.
Got Caravan back.
Got Caravan back. McNeely gone, but I think they knew he was gone.
Got Mullins.
Got Mullins, got Ryby. I am okay with putting UConn in the S tier.
Okay. Would you have changed anything about St. John's offseason?
I think so. I think they had a good offseason, but not a perfect offseason.
Same thing with Louisville.
I think you could nitpick Louisville too, but it
Okay.
was great.
I think we might be done with the perfect offseason.
I'm trying to look through anything like Arizona, but they lost a couple pieces they probably would have liked back.
The only one I would throw in this category maybe is St. John's or Louisville.
What about Arkansas?
They kept DJ Wagner.
And they could have kept the arrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Florida?
I think Florida could have got one more piece, like a wing. But they
Uh,
got everyone back and got Boogie and Xavier Lee. I put them up there, defending champs.
Florida had a pretty much perfect offseason, I think.
Did Duke have a bad off? Yeah, they did. They could have kept Coward.
Kentucky? I would nitpick Kentucky, so let's not.
I would
They're up there.
Kentucky would be in the next one for me.
Is there anybody else? I just want to make sure. Probably
Mm,
not. This is probably it.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, does Tennessee go on this?
Not perfect.
Okay.
S tier off seasons. Yeah, that feels right. This is like the consensus top five too, right?
Yeah, that
Well,
makes sense.
they had the perfect. Okay, so now A tier is great off season, but maybe there's one thing that we could nitpick.
I would put I'll put both Kentucky Louisville in this one.
Talk me through each of these. Why is Kentucky in the A and not? Because I think there's gonna be levels. Like B is probably still good off season, but like
Yeah,
maybe there's
actually,
multiple things going on.
backtracking here, I really don't know what Kentucky could have done to change. Like maybe I don't love it as much, but like what is the change though?
Land Wilkerson.
But like that, I don't think they even wanted to.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
I just
You
feel
could
like
you could disagree about the impact of it, but yeah, they did. I think it's hard for me to put Louisville in the perfect tier when they wanted Donovan Dent and ended up with Jalen Lowe. They wanted Yaxel and ended up with nobody. They wanted Wilkerson and ended up with Aberdeen.
okay, that's fair. So
It's
do they?
good, but there's a world that they got Dent and Yaxel.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So A,
I think you could argue the lowest for Kentucky would be a B. I'm in between A and B on them because I think there's multiple things to nitpick with it.
I still go A based off the number of quality ads and way back.
I mean, if you really want to nitpick, like we mentioned, they missed on some of the primary targets. They also would have wanted Travis Perry back and didn't get him. They can't keep everybody happy right now. Acaden Lewis decommitted. I'm pushing for a B. I'm pushing for a B because of Acaden.
I'm not gonna fight that too much.
All right. So then we're going to leave Kentucky down because we're not even to the B tier yet. So back to more A's. You want Louisville in A, and I'm fine with that.
Yes, thank you.
People aren't going to like Louisville one tier ahead of Kentucky, I don't think.
They for sure they surely are not.
St. John's A.
Yep. Um, uh, I would, I personally would put Arizona in this tier, but they lost a lot though.
But we
But they
love
got
the
a lot of
freshmen they're
talent.
bringing in. It makes sense that they lost what they lost.
Yeah, so I think I'll put Arizona in this one.
I think Arkansas should be in it, unless you're just you
No,
wish DJ was out.
no, I do, but yeah.
Um, is Duke in it?
Mm, personally, I don't think so. I think Duke's more B tier.
Why? Talk me through because I think I need to hear multiple things we didn't love about the offseason to make it a B.
So Coward going to the NBA is definitely part of it for me.
Sar's a great backup.
They did get Dame Sar.
And they got like the Wilkins reclass.
Wilkins reclass is
They
definitely
added
up.
a lot late that we didn't necessarily see coming.
They lost a lot.
They did lose a lot, but who
I,
did they think they get? They got Evans back too.
they could have got Tyrese Proctor back.
I don't even think they tried though. I mean, they kind of did, but
And it should have.
kept all the other guards that they could have.
Like Caleb Foster.
Like who did they have a surprise departure from? Nobody left Duke that could have left Duke really. That's
I guess
pretty
that's
big.
fair. I guess that's fair. There was no surprises.
Like there's no Caden Lewis here. There's no
Well, Coward leaving would be part of that.
they never had Coward, I guess. And they immediately got the next best Coward the moment Coward left.
So you put them in an A?
I think Duke had an A offseason. I do.
So how come they're not an S then from what I'm hearing from you?
Because Coward would have been S.
Coward would have been okay.
Coward, if they had landed Coward, it would have been a perfect offseason.
Now, I think that Creighton's had a really good offseason, but I don't know if you are willing to put them in A or not.
Feels like they lost so much.
Freeman Dixon Harper is an insane transfer portal class.
The only reason I don't is because I just feel like they lost so much, but they also like couldn't have done anything to not lose Kalk or Ashworth.
Yeah, I mean those guys they were out. They were done.
Should they have wanted Pop back?
No, that's honestly one of the reasons they should be in A.
Just conceptually, I feel like they should be in the same tier as Kentucky, but I buy Creighton in A more than I do Kentucky, but I don't know.
Just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, just doesn't feel right.
Are
But
we
I don't
done with
know.
A? Are we done with A?
I don't know what to do with those. And also, where do you put Michigan? Because most people have Michigan on off-season winners lists. But I think it's complicated with them.
I would put. I mean, I don't feel right about putting Michigan above Kentucky.
Are they? They're probably in that tier then, like
I think
Michigan,
it's
Kentucky, Creighton.
probably similar. So should we go to B?
Well, can we use Michigan as the data point here? Because that'll help me, I think, decide what to do with Kentucky. Because there is an argument, I think, in my head where, like, yeah, it was chaotic and multiple things didn't go perfect that we would have wanted, but it was still, the sum is still so good that we should put Creighton and Kentucky in here anyway. Help me interpret that through a Michigan lens. Because, like, I see an argument Michigan had an A offseason. I also see an argument where I'm like, I don't like a couple different things that they did.
I mean, the shooting concerns are one, but like I don't know. All in all, like I feel like Michigan did what they wanted to do, and they ended up getting Axel,
Like it almost feels like it's nitpicky with all three of these
which is why I feel like we should just put them all in B.
instead of A.
Yeah,
Like basically they had A off seasons, but we're putting them in B because we're nitpicking.
yeah.
And
That'd be the name
that's
of it if we were naming it.
and that's Michigan, Kentucky, and
Creighton.
Creighton. Okay.
I'm trying to think
Okay.
if there's anyone else that belongs in that one.
Yeah, we gotta. What about your Red Raiders? Texas Tech?
It's if I'm looking at it as I'm looking at these tiers, it's below the Michigans, Kentuckys, and Creightons.
Kept Anderson and Toppin though.
Lost Darian Williams.
Yeah. Okay. You wanted Tennessee maybe up in the A tier. Where do they belong right now?
I mean they got Gillespie, they got Ament. I like the Abram ad.
Yeah, that might have to be S tier. S or A. I mean, a late Ament ad and Gillespie.
I think I'll go A.
Did they lose any? They didn't lose anything like crazy big, did they? That they could have
Lanier.
kept. They
Oh
they go A because Zakai Ziegler's still trying to play.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no way that's a reason. I agree at the same time though.
What do we do with Illinois? This video is brought to you by NBA2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Ah,
Bozinovic back is great. I think losing Merez was awful.
Bozovic's back is great. They also like Petro's good ad, Stojakovic is a good ad.
They could have had Trey White back and didn't want him. They could have
That's
Merez back again. I keep going to that. I mean, they were telling us they could have had Will Riley back.
I don't think we can go off the words of what they said they could have had
They
back.
could have had Sar and opted elsewhere.
I would put them at either. I put them at C.
I don't think they belong in the Michigan, Kentucky, Creighton tier, but C also seems harsh for Illinois.
I don't think it's harsh when you look at the teams that are above them.
You know what we need,
Or we could do this.
you know what we need to do?
I advocate we move the B teams to A and then put the teams we just talked about at B.
You know what we need to do?
What?
We need to add another tier.
Oh God.
Yep. I'm not happy. I'm not.
I just want to get through this without adding tears.
I'm not happy either. I'm not. But it is what it is.
We're so close.
It's B plus and it's B minus.
Oh, you're doing B plus and even work. We're that's naming tiers.
It's B plus and it's B minus. It's S, A, B plus, B minus.
Okay,
Illinois
that'll make it work better.
Illinois goes in B minus.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech goes in B minus. What are we doing with
Honest,
Alabama and Auburn? They got their stars back.
they got their star. I would put Auburn and Bama both in there. Are we sure Auburn's not B plus?
I'll put Auburn B plus.
Okay. I go Bama B minus.
I put Alabama C.
Phylon, Bethea, Williamson.
Outside of, I mean, Fallon and Bethea, who were already on the roster, I don't think they added a star transfer. And the whole narrative became they don't have money. Like they
So
didn't
put them
add
at
any big name this year.
Jill Bethea.
He was, he's so bad.
They got Holloway back. They got Phylon back. B minus.
It's got to be a C.
I
It's
want to
got
pull
to be a
rank.
C.
I want to pull rank.
I hate they had a worse like say Illinois and Alabama had the same offseason.
Yeah.
No way. No way. No
You're
way.
not gonna let it go, are you?
I don't think you're right. I just think you're right. And I hate being wrong on behalf of us.
B
Like
minus.
all they did was get Phylon back and
That's
Noah Williamson.
and Bethea.
It's not good.
No, they got a first round NBA draft pick back.
Oh my God, he would have been picked in the 50s.
Stop it.
Fine.
Go ahead
It's
and put
just
him at C.
wrong.
Go ahead and put him at C, man. Go
Oh, put
ahead.
him in B. It's just wrong. But
I want it
it's just flatly wrong. We have so many more teams to get through. What are we doing next?
Should we just get more wrong?
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we want to move on from B minus? I'm looking at some of these other teams. Does North Carolina belong here?
I'd put North Carolina in C. Well, they got a great late ad. Yeah, maybe.
Go ahead and put them at B minus.
I'm fine with putting them in B minus. The Luca late ad was huge.
I know you're gonna actually no, I'm not gonna do that.
Is Iowa B minus?
That's what I was gonna ask for, to be honest with you. Like Sturts, they got the shooter from Kansas State, Hausen. They got my
Iowa
boy
B
Robert
minus.
Morris.
Iowa B minus.
Okay,
What do we do with Indiana?
probably C.
Do they get a bump because they got rid of Woodson?
Yeah.
B minus.
Okay. Now do we go to C?
I want them back in C. Their roster's not that good.
Oh my God, man. Bama getting put in the B minus tier has thrown
Yeah, I don't like this whole B minus to C to D tier. It feels wrong.
Do we add a C plus?
Yeah.
This is why we should just name tiers.
Yep. No, we're doing it right.
Are we?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it.
C plus, C minus. Indiana C plus, Iowa C plus,
Go ahead and move Bama to C plus, Greg.
Bama C plus.
There you go.
Keep me going here.
Um, I would actually put Gonzaga in here.
In C plus,
Yeah.
fine with that.
Um, you would hate it, but I actually no. No, 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 no. Oh, how do you feel about NC State?
Darion Williams helped him a lot late, but
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe not as a whole. The roster is not that great.
I think C plus.
Move them to C minus.
They got Darion. That's better than Bama.
That's true. Is it? All right, let's move to C minus because I think there's a lot of C minus teams.
Yeah, help me. I don't know what to do here.
C minus is Georgetown, Baylor, A&M.
A&M, I think, could be argued a lot higher.
Could we argue that with the UCLA should be higher with like
Wait,
getting everybody back?
yeah, I want A&M and UCLA high, I think. I think we missed both of these.
Can we
A&M,
go UCLA? Can we go UCLA B minus?
UCLA might even be like B plus,
I'd be fine with that.
but it's really just Dent. It's got to be B minus.
And they got everybody back.
B minus UCLA. A&M, I liked what they did.
I did too. What about Washington?
Yeah, can we put A&M in B minus?
I'm fine with that.
We put Washington in B minus?
Could I also put Miami in C plus?
What's the pitch there?
Sheldon Henderson, Malik Renew, Trey Donald. Like I feel like
Yeah.
they did a
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah.
bit.
That's fine.
Okay.
USC, what do we do with them?
C minus.
A lot of ins and outs.
Yeah. Oh,
Honestly, the crash makes me want to drop USC. The fact that there's health concerns with the star freshman.
that's true.
But
But they got Rodney Rice. I like that a
all
lot.
right, C minus. Wisconsin, I didn't hate. I like Nick Boyd.
I like Nick Boyd. They kept Winter and kept Blackwell.
B minus for Wisconsin.
I'm fine with that. Put the W's next to each other.
Kansas State got Haggerty. That's got to be somewhere.
That's worth C plus.
That might be B plus.
C plus.
Split the middle, B minus.
B minus because they got him at a steal. Yep.
C plus is fine. Illinois should be ahead of a lot of these teams, I think,
They are technically.
technically. All right. You see the teams left. When are we getting to some ones here?
Um. Well. Uh, I would put C plus, maybe Iowa State, just because they retained a bunch of people. Maybe B minus, to be honest. Like Iowa State's got Lipsy still. They still got Joshua Jefferson, Momcilovic. I know they lost Jones and Gilbert, so maybe that docks them to like a C plus, C minus.
C minus Iowa State. They didn't do anything.
Okay. Um.
I mean, there's some big brands here. Kansas, Michigan State, and Marquette. All did not add much. All lost a lot. So how are we defined? Like Marquette, look at their offseason.
I want Kansas at C minus just because of Darren Peterson and getting
Mark,
Flory.
yeah. You want them at C minus?
Darren Peterson and getting Flory back?
I guess.
Where would
They've
you want them to
struck
be
out on
minus?
everything. Literally everything.
Fair.
Their marquee transfer ad is Trey White.
You can put him lower if you want. I'm not gonna push back too
I
much on
think
that.
Kansas fans would say D, so I'm putting them in D. Marquette literally didn't add a transfer for the fifth straight year.
F.
They're just like NA, not applicable.
F. I like Villanova at F as well.
Caden, though.
Hired Kevin Willard. added Devin Askew.
Do we need a D minus?
They added Devin Askew,
D
Greg.
minus. D minus.
Devin Askew.
Yeah, no, D minus.
What about F plus?
D minus, D plus. Villanova, D minus. Where the hell is Michigan State?
C minus?
Had a better offseason than Kansas? What would Trey White have been as a transfer add to Michigan State?
Probably either second or first.
And Jaden Dawson? And Melvin
Probably
Council?
probably third, fourth.
And Flory Madunga? And
Put him where
Darren Peterson?
Go ahead and put him where you want to, man.
No, this is our effort. We gotta, but I just putting Michigan State ahead of Kansas doesn't
You can
seem
put him
like
with Kansas. You can
you
put him
think
below too.
you don't think Kansas had a better offseason than Michigan State? You guys could have theoretically gotten Jace back. Did not. You could have kept Trey
Well,
Holloman. Did not. Could have
theoretically,
added an impact transfer. Did not. Like there were multiple ways for Michigan State to like have a better roster than they do. Same with Kansas, but Kansas at least has the number one recruit and did get Badunga back and got like three Caleb Glens.
put Michigan State at F.
I don't want that.
I do.
I want State D plus, Kansas C minus.
I want State at F.
No.
They need to know.
Where's Maryland?
I actually don't mind their off season as much.
C plus.
Yeah, that's fair.
Memphis D
F.
minus or F.
F. I got
Oklahoma
D plus.
Oregon
C minus for getting Shellstat and Biddle back.
Virginia. Sneaky good offseason.
D plus.
Really?
I think I'm Malik Thomas, I guess. C minus.
That feels like a C plus. I thought people liked Virginia's offseason.
Who else they got besides Malik Thomas?
Well, let me pull up names.
They lost McNeely.
Jakari White, Devin Tillis, Dallin Hall, Ugana Onyenso, Sam Lewis. They're supposed to get the international kid.
I feel good. C minus.
Okay. Do you want to move Michigan State before we're done here?
I want to move them down to F.
I can't wait for Odell Bredham to quote tweet this.
This won't get posted. We're fine.
You're so true.